overwhelming as well. Like
You're right there, Joe. He just left.
Do you want us to call you? So what are the names? Like Fabzy.
Oh, Jackson Samson's not a name, by the way. Ignore that. That's a fake name.
Yeah.
So,
Do you want us to call you Fabzy?
Yeah.
Okay, so Fabzy and
Just call me Jacob.
alright, Fabzy and Jacob. Perfect. Alright.
Do you just want to be called Sam and Joel? Or do you
Yeah.
have
Damage.
Alright, okay.
Lord God.
I wish I could change that name, Jackson, but you know. Yeah, I know. Got my
Yeah.
Capri Sun ready.
Alright, so we've got a few questions for you. If you again, I told Sam this. If you don't feel comfortable asking any of them, just say, and you don't have to answer them. But the first question we've got for you is how do you feel with all this like fame that came to you from getting Cam on the podcast?
It's quite, yeah, it came quick because me and Joe we were gonna do like a giveaway of some kind for 100 subs, and then that went past 200, then 300, then we got 400. So yeah, it's definitely come quick.
Yeah.
We got very lucky with it. So yeah, it's good, but it's very overwhelming as well. Like
You're right there, Joe. He just left.
Alright. Oh, needs to connect.
Oh no.
Oh,
Am I back?
Joe?
There you go.
okay, there we go. Alright, do you want to start the question again?
My whole Wi-Fi cut and like.
Oh, alright, okay.
Yeah, go on.
So the first question that I've got here for you is how does it feel to like get all this fame so quickly and that? Like,
Yeah. Well, personally, I'll let Sam ask after. Like, I wouldn't even say it's fame. It's just like we got in a good situation. I heard Sam speak before my Wi-Fi went. Like, we were planning on doing like a £10 sort of card giveaway for anyone who would enter for 100 subs.
yeah.
And we get Sam on, which was mental. Are we allowed to swear on this? Or
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
like
sure.
a family friendly? Well,
Yeah.
it was fucking mental. Like it was like
Yeah.
the growth just went, and it was sick, and everything just went up, and like I wouldn't even say it was just Cam's. Obviously, Cam's is our biggest episode by a landslide out of the 6 that we have at this time. But
Yeah.
like all the other episodes, or most of the other episodes recently, especially after Cam's, it was such like a learning point where we learned something. We learned something from that episode to have a better episode next. The Lewis episode was good. The recent one, which was Callum Glanville, someone who organised like a massive football event, it was such a good episode. So yeah, it was a really it was a good situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Oh, sorry, go.
yeah, it's rewarding though, because you know we've worked since September, so we worked for like October, like months and months before, and then we make our first video. I think it gets 300 views, and then we got our second one with like they all did around 150. They all did around.
He's trying not to laugh.
They all did around 150 views, and then we had Cams.
Allow it.
I just looked down and all I saw was Joe going.
Yeah, no, I was trying to laugh either, but sorry, Sam. Go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, it's good to see it pay off because we have put a lot of money and work into it. So
Yeah.
but obviously, yeah, that amount of growth that quick was really good. I was happy to see it as well.
Yeah.
Like from like obviously getting Cam Kirkham on your podcast, yeah. Has any other like would you say big YouTubers like message you saying wanting to go on or
We had.
you don't have to obviously say their names if you don't want to, but
We had Lewis Buchan, who we texted and then kind of left it at that, and then he texted us. But no, we're just still just messaging people, still just trying to get out there. Obviously, Cam was our first big growth. But yeah, we were like, we need to focus on the next one. We can't just focus on how good that one went. We need to focus on the next one as well. Make it good.
You're still laughing.
Joe, what's your problem?
I can't remember. I'm normally professional, but I'm just laughing so much.
No, it's fine.
To answer your question though, I think it turned out that a lot of people that like we had messaged before, we just started getting a few replies. And like we're trying to distribute. We don't want to have a spree where we have the biggest and the best episodes that we're gonna have, and then just shit ones. Like we don't want to have a spree in January, February, and go to March, April, May, June, July, having shit ones, and then maybe have a couple good in August. Like, so we're trying to spread them out. So we're gonna have like one with just ourselves or something, and then obviously some guests.
Yeah. That's the sort of aim we're going for with our podcast as well.
Well, yeah, to push off what Fabzy said.
This is not going well.
Well, pretty much we've messaged like a load of people because
sorry, my laugh is so delayed, so it's just like it made it seem like I was laughing at you.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh nah, I don't care to be honest. Everyone laughs at me.
I'll turn my camera off while Sam speaks. Sam's a funny guy, so I'll turn my camera off while he speaks, so I can come back a bit more professional. I'm so sorry for this.
All right, it's fine.
Sorry.
But what I was saying is we've messaged like a load of people asking if they want to come on because we've I don't know if you've seen, but we've already done our introduction video to like.
Yeah, we watched that. I think I watched it a couple minutes ago.
Oh, cheers. Because I edit all the videos on this channel, and then Fabzy edits them. What's so funny, Fabzy? I do.
Nah.
So
go ahead.
I edit all the videos on the podcast channel, and then we've got a clips channel where like we're gonna put like small clips of the podcast, so like people don't have to.
Probably like the ones of you laughing right now will probably be going on the clips channel. Or something like that.
Yeah, and then Fabzy edits the ones on there, so like it's a bit like teamwork, honestly.
Wait, yeah, we're sorting out our editing arrangement. Literally, we were sorting it out earlier. Because Joe's just got Premiere Pro, and I think I'm gonna get it at some point. So we're gonna split the edit 50-50 and see how that goes. We're just experimenting at the moment though with things like TikTok without layout and everything like that.
Yeah.
Just have to experiment.
Yeah. Going future of your podcast, where would you see yourself in like, I don't know, a year's time?
Really, it's like a big goal. Is maybe 1,000 subs by the end of the year because we're growing like pretty quick now.
Yeah.
So by the end of the year, that's what we're hoping for. We're not sure what we'll get. But yeah, hopefully a couple more guest episodes. We want to make more solo ones as well, though. So, people just, I guess, like us for us as well, not as obnoxious. I wonder who they'll get on next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calm down a sec. I'm laughing for no reason.
All right. Well. We can give you a few minutes if that's what you need. All right. I'll give Joe like a minute or so, just like calm down a bit. Three questions left. All right. Okay, so
can I answer the question I was going to?
Yeah, sure. You can.
So I think when you said about like the where do we see the channel, and I think a lot of it. We worked so hard, like the amount of times, like, so we have 6 episodes. That our most recent episode with Callum Glanville, I was up from 11 till 6 o'clock in the morning, feeling dead, like editing that whole podcast.
Yeah.
And I think like the hard work can really pay off a bit. And you don't realise it until it starts to happen that like this hard work that you put in suddenly begins to pay off when you see like the numbers that we got. And even past Cam, we're still getting like decent views, etc.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, what do you call it? Obviously, you're gonna have like future collabs going through the future. Do you ever think you'll have like bigger content creators other than?
Yeah, we'd hope so.
Yeah.
We just got to keep putting ourselves out there and
Yeah.
I think we got to give people a reason to want to come on though. Like it's
Yeah.
a good message in people, but I think we definitely like we messaged some people when we had like literally one video out. That wasn't the first video, obviously compared to our newer ones isn't
Yeah.
as good. We messaged some people and they were just like not looking to come on now. So hopefully maybe get a response from them in the next couple months, just to like so they can see how far we've progressed and see if they'll come on. But yeah, definitely. I think we'll definitely want to get bigger people on, bigger and better to help grow. But it comes with time, you know. It's not easy. So say again.
What's your upload schedule? Because me and Sam, we struggled to find like a date and a time, etc. What's your planning of that?
Well,
I think like once every week, maybe,
Yeah. Are you just
and
dropping
then
it any
maybe
day
once every 2 days on the Clips channel.
it mainly depends, like, right, how many people will get like a week. So say how this week we've gotten like a lot of people who want to come on the podcast. Maybe like one video twice a week or something,
Yeah.
or 2 videos a week, or however you say it.
Yeah.
I've got one last question here to ask you, which is okay, what was it again? Where is it? Okay. How long do you think you'll be doing your podcast for? Like, how many years or months do you think you'll be doing it for?
Sam?
I'd hope as long as we can, to be honest. Obviously, we don't know how YouTube and things are going to change. We don't know how content's going to change, but I'd hope, yeah, a couple of years, like, just as long as we possibly can, I'd say, especially when all this COVID's done, we can do them in person.
I think as well, sorry to cut you off, Sam. Like you said, like there's a lot of things change so fast with like YouTube and social media in general. We could have a contract tomorrow from Spotify saying, or Apple Music, hi, we'd like you to like be on the we'd like to sign you exclusively.
Yeah.
That could change so much stuff. Anything could change. And personally, I'd like to do this for as long as I possibly can because I couldn't picture. So I started the podcast and it said to Sam, do you want to do a podcast? And I couldn't now picture, and I couldn't picture doing it with anyone else. Like, it just feels right to do it with Sam, and like I don't think for a while now, for a good few years, we won't stop unless something like massive happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got another question. If you could like collab with any other like podcast channel, say like what's the like the Fellas podcast, like any other channel that do like podcasts, who would you collab with?
Sam, who would you go?
Probably Misfits, maybe.
I used to
say
listen to
that.
them.
Quite like them.
I think I'd go. There's 4 that come into mind, but 3. The 4 that come into mind would be Waffling by Joe Weller, Theo Baker, and Luke, and then there's Jack Mate's Happy Hour. I think that's
that's
a really good podcast. And I like Jack, I like Stevie, and I like their whole like setup. Antisocial, like Lewis and Cam, like the interactions we've had with them have honestly been like they're really nice people. Like it's the way that they've like helped us is like sort of unbelievable. And personally, like one of my favorite podcasts, Impulsive. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I listen to them quite a lot.
Their maturity went from being like proper blue explosion to proper like mature. So I don't know. I think any of those would be mental. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Jack Mates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I don't really listen to Impulsive, if I'm honest, but the other ones I regularly listen to, if I'm honest. So if Fabzy doesn't have anything else to say, I think that might be the end of this episode.
What would you guys do? What would you, if you guys had to collab with one podcast? Who would you guys collab with?
We've already collabed with you, so
Yeah,
I guess
I mean,
yeah.
if it was just me doing this, I'd want to do the anti-social podcast as I don't know, Cam's just my favorite YouTuber, if I'm honest. What would you go for?
I would go for the Impulsive podcast, because they're probably like one of the biggest podcasts on YouTube, and say to collab with them, you'll probably gain quite a lot.
But who would you collab with if it was guaranteed that you'd gain the same amount? Who would you collab with for the enjoyment of collabing?
I'll probably say the Antisocial podcast as well, because I feel like their podcast is quite funny and stuff at sometimes as well.
And on the other podcasts, guests on as well. I like them.
Yeah.
Very good with their guests.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They get a lot of people on.
Do you know all three of them then? Because you mentioned Lewis and Cam. Do you know like Charlie as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Charlie have a bit of a hatred on Twitter. If I don't know if you've seen, but on my Twitter, have you seen the meme where people say he looks like Wayne Lineker?
I haven't, no.
Oh well, on Cam's, did you see that Cam did a 24-hour live stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, on that, Charlie came on and everyone was like saying he looks like Wayne Lineker. So I edited a lot of like photos and clips of him with Wayne Lineker's face on, and he obviously got quite mad. So like, so it's kind of like a hatred between us, but it's obviously just a joke. So I don't mind Charlie. He's quite funny. And Lewis Buchan, before he was like really famous, I made him a YouTube banner, and he replied, but obviously he didn't use it because I guess it wasn't good enough. But other than that, I don't really have anything else towards them.
What about?
Yeah, they are just nice people in general, to be fair. So I understand that, definitely.
Yeah.
What about you, Fabzy? Who would you choose out of? If you had to collab as a single, say you were doing this by yourself, and you had to collab with one of the antisocial, because you both mentioned antisocial, who would you want to collab with?
For my main channel.
Yeah, like if you did whatever content, because I know you do, Jacob, you do commentary.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine you'd go for someone like Cam or Lewis.
Yeah.
What about you, Fabzy? Who would you go for if you had to collab with one of the three?
That's actually a good question. I'll probably collab with like maybe Charlie, because I feel like, because I obviously do football content. So I feel like he's probably, obviously Cam, he sometimes talk about football, but I reckon Charlie talks about it the most out of the three of them.
I think Charlie's got a lot to him as well.
Yeah.
That some people don't realise, but I think he's definitely got a lot to him, I'd say.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with him being the doesn't he record some of the Sidemen's videos?
Yeah. There's a bit of that.
He does all. He films Bazingas. He films Sidemen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it would be. I think he would. He has quite a lot to him, and people do say like in the comments, he's just sort of sat there. Like I've read some of their comments, and people just sort of hate on him. I feel bad for him because he's got quite a bit of a story to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Once you get to know him, like he's obviously like quite a nice person. Same with all of them, really.
Yeah. They are just a genuinely nice group of people, and I think
like the
they appreciate everyone.
Yeah.
Even their girlfriends, like Chloe Vardy and Lewis's girlfriend, like Chloe Vardy followed us on Twitter. She retweeted stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so I think the group of the people who live in that flat, like in that house and that, they're such nice like people who genuinely can tell, okay, you guys are trying your best. I'm gonna help you out, and obviously they did. Like for the whole 24 hours, his goal, Cam's, was to get us to 300 subs, and he got us further than that. I think he got us 300 subs from 70 in about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah.
And he could have deleted all the stories and was like, yeah, we got it. But he kept putting stories up and kept promoting it, and was just generally such a nice person about it. And same with him. I think when I looked at his channel, I thought this is sort of like, I think even with like the colour of like purpley, pinky sort of thing and white, and then I noticed the little like comparison thing. And like, it was good. It was good. Just literally keep going, and one day you'll just get what we got, like, at some point.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm not gonna act like we got lucky, and I suppose we used the luck well, but
yeah.
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 Who would you collab with? Like, because you asked us.
Any person.
Yeah. Just out of anyone.
What? Anyone in the antisocial, or anyone in the YouTube space?
Just anyone in general, like any YouTuber. I'll give you a few minutes to think of it. You need them.
Yeah, so good question.
I've got a few, but I want to hear Sam's.
Someone like Wilberset or James Marriott, I think, because I really like what they're doing with their music and their YouTube. I just like them as people as well, and I think they'd make interesting collabs. And I just think it'd be fun, to be honest.
Mhm.
Nico or Milana.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I met him on Amigo.
That guy's something. He has mad content.
Yeah.
I have my own YouTube channel, and I'm starting to upload it again. There's YouTubers who I'm like taking inspiration from. I'm gonna. Do you guys know Zach and Jay?
Yeah.
Mental. Some of the best YouTubers on the platform right now. Zach and Jay. Okay. And Airrack. I don't know if you guys know Airrack.
Yeah. The one who gained like 1 million subs in like under a year. Met Logan Paul and all that stuff.
I've heard of him, but I haven't watched any of his videos.
Yeah.
Also, if you want us to like shout, like put your YouTube links in the description, just send us it like after the podcast. Any of your socials. I was gonna ask this, but I feel like me and Fabzy have already heard what you've said, but I don't know if like many people have watched your podcast. But it's like, how did you start YouTube? Because we saw it on the Kirkham one, but I'm not sure if many other people who are watching this video would have seen that.
Well, Joe's been doing his own channel for quite a while, but with the podcast, it's just Joe said he wanted to do a podcast, and I was like, I'll do it with you, basically. It was pretty quick, but then we planned it.
It sort of happened in like we were playing Xbox and PlayStation, and I literally go, oh, I really want to do a podcast. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, I don't know if it would be one where I'm sat there literally for a couple of hours, like answering stuff about myself. That sounds really like really arrogant, but like and then he was like, I said, I don't know if it means like hosting one, putting a lot of effort into it. And then Sam was like, I think I'd enjoy it. I think literally within about an hour or two, we were on a FaceTime till 2 o'clock in the morning, making a name and contacting people.
Yeah. That was one of the hardest things, is coming up with a name for your podcast.
Took us like
'Cause
20
we spent like
minutes.
an hour. Yeah, we
Yeah.
spent a
20
long
minutes
time
to
trying to
have
think
one.
of a name.
Yeah. We don't want to make one
But-
with someone else's got.
We were originally
Yeah.
gonna call it what was it again? We're gonna call it like F and G or something. F and G podcast.
Oh, it was really bad.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
then it was gonna be the demonetized podcast, and then I'm pretty sure someone else already had that. So then we just thought,
Yeah.
and Fabzy was looking on.
Actually, are you
Sorry, go.
monetized already? Like on your own channel?
I'm not, but I had a second channel. It's got like, it's not a second channel of mine. It's like I have another channel which I also own. That did get monetized, but I don't know what YouTube done. They didn't they cancelled the monetization on it for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm not monetized on my main channel.
Alright. Yeah. I just found it interesting because like my channel, I have about 2,000 something subscribers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wanted like for someone who's like double my size, like how close are you to monetization? But yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm like over halfway, maybe. I'm not sure, but it's 4,000 hours is really hard to
Yeah.
get. So, especially I think
A lot of time. It's a lot
podcasts.
of time.
Yeah, podcasts is probably like easier to get monetized
Yeah, when
because
it-
obviously
every
it's longer, and everyone watches them, and it's like an hour. So, yeah.
Are you guys putting them everywhere? Or are you putting them on like? Are you putting them on Spotify as well?
We're gonna try.
We
and
was
put them on
thinking about doing
Spotify,
that. Yeah, we're gonna try it.
because I know you can make money.
Me and Sam managed to do that. Yeah, me and Sam managed to do that tonight. Virtually all the things you do need to pay a little subscription thing to be able to post them.
Yeah.
Like, and we didn't think that. And then so we post the first episode. It isn't on Spotify yet. But then it's suddenly like, oh yeah, pay this amount of money. But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
What,
mind?
so you have to pay like a subscription to get on Spotify or?
No, not even Spotify. Like, so you have a provider, and it's pretty much like that providing website needs.
Oh, what? So it puts you? Yeah. I understand now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for us, the thing we used works perfectly, really good. You just add an audio file, and you have a few requirements, but it goes up. But it was just sort of after that, it was like I tried to upload the other 5 episodes to catch up, make sure anyone wanted to listen as well, but it doesn't only have the first one.
Yeah.
And literally, it's just like you've got to pay this amount of money, and it wasn't that bad, but it was just
Yeah. What, for each one?
what was it? Yeah, no, it was literally like a monthly subscription. Upload as much as you want.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What? So like the first one was free.
That's good.
Fair enough.
Well, that's all the questions I can really think of. So that is going to be the end of episode 2. Thanks for coming on, guys. Much
Thank you
appreciated.
for having us.
So as this is the end, please hit that like button if you enjoyed. If you didn't, please tell us why you didn't enjoy the video. Subscribe with notifications on, and go subscribe to the Our Corner Cast podcast. Our Corner Cast? Our Corner podcast.
Our Corner podcast. Yeah. Thank
Sorry.
you.
So yeah, that is going to be the end of the video, and goodbye.